I remember the sound first, rain slamming sideways into the windows like it wanted inside. My phone vibrating on the kitchen counter. My father's shadow stretching across the floor, warped by the lightning. I was 15, barefoot, still holding the spoon I'd used to stir my sister's tea. "Get out of my house," he said. His voice didn't shake. Mine didn't exist. "I don't need a sick daughter." The word sick landed harder than the thunder. I didn't ask what lie she told. I already knew. My sister stood behind him, wrapped in his jacket, eyes red, but dry. She wouldn't look at me. That was confirmation enough. I walked past them. No bag, no shoes, just the storm opening its mouth. 3 hours later, soaked to the bone, hiding under the skeletal remains of an old bus stop, I heard sirens cutting through the rain. They weren't for me. At least not yet. The lie had been simple. Simple lies always work best. She said I touched her, said I watched her sleep, said I was wrong in the head. I watched my father's face change as she spoke, every sentence stripping something human from him. He didn't ask questions. He didn't look at me. He looked relieved, like the story explained something he'd already decided to believe. Inside my chest, something folded neatly and shut. I didn't cry. Crying would have meant I still expected mercy. As the door slammed behind me, I understood something with terrifying clarity. Truth doesn't matter in a house that has already chosen its villain. The rain soaked through my clothes in minutes. Cold crept into places I didn't know could hurt. But my mind stayed sharp. Too sharp. I replayed every moment. Every time my sister smiled when no one was watching. Every time she flinched too late. Every time she checked if someone was listening before she spoke. She wasn't afraid of me. She was rehearsing. The police found me just before dawn. They asked my name like it was already heavy on their tongues, like they'd practiced saying it. "What did you do?" one of them asked quietly. I almost laughed. Inside my head, I was already 5 steps ahead, assembling timelines, contradictions, pressure points. Pain has a way of sharpening logic. They didn't handcuff me. Not yet. They drove me home. The house looked wrong. Lights on. Neighbors gathered like vultures. An ambulance idled in the driveway. That's when I saw my sister, wrapped in a blanket, shaking, performing. And behind her, my father, collapsed on the steps, hands in his hair, mouth open like he was trying to swallow a scream. No one looked at me. No one noticed the way my sister's eyes flicked toward me. Just for a second, not afraid, calculating. I understood then. The storm hadn't started outside. It started the moment she decided I was expendable. The doctors said my father's collapse was stress-induced. Too much emotion. Too much shock. No one asked why the shock existed in the first place. I sat quietly in the corner of the living room, while adults spoke over me like I was furniture. A social worker. 2 officers. My sister still shaking on cue. I watched her performance with surgical focus. Her story shifted in small ways. Times changed. Details softened, then sharpened depending on who was listening. That's when I knew. Lies rot from the inside. You just have to wait long enough to smell them. They placed me in temporary care. A narrow bed. White walls. No locks on the door. I didn't sleep. I thought. About patterns. About fear responses. About what people forget to erase when they think they've won. My sister loved attention. Couldn't survive without it. So I wrote 1 letter. Not to my father. Not to the police. To her. I didn't accuse. I didn't beg. I wrote 3 sentences. I remember the night you practiced crying in the mirror. I remember who was actually in your room. They will too. I watched from the hallway window when she read it. Her hands stopped shaking. That was my proof. The unraveling didn't take long. People who lie for sympathy always overreach. She started adding details no one asked for. Started correcting officers who weren't confused. Started slipping. Then the phone records came in. Late night calls. A number saved under a girl's name. Our uncle. The same uncle who visited the week before the accusation. The same uncle my sister swore never went near her room. The silence when the truth surfaced was louder than any storm. She screamed. Denied. Then cried the wrong kind of tears. I stayed still. Cold. Watching my father learn what betrayal actually feels like. He didn't apologize. He couldn't look at me. Some things shatter beyond language. They cleared my name officially 2 weeks later. No ceremony, no justice speech. Just paperwork. My sister was taken away quietly. Not to prison, to treatment. My father aged 10 years in 10 days. He tried to speak to me once. Stood in the doorway like a stranger asking for directions. I didn't know, he said. I believed him. That didn't change anything. I packed my things. He asked where I was going. I told him the truth. Somewhere I'm not disposable. I walked past him the same way I'd walked out into the storm. Only this time, there was no rain, and I felt nothing at all.